Hey everybody, welcome to episode 38 of the Return Policy. Today I am doing a mini review on the base top ordered but Myriann delivered DIY replacement dock for your Nintendo Switch. Although I'm still a fan of the Nyko portable dock, as soon as I updated my console to the latest firmware, I made a promise not to use that dock until there's some definitive proof that it'll not cause any more issues to the Nintendo Switch. And so that kind of got me curious of thinking, is there any other way to obtain a portable yet safe to use replacement dock, or at least an alternative of a portable Nintendo Switch dock that I can use? And so, with all things purchasing online, I found an alternative DIY style replacement on Amazon, provided by Basetop, which, if you notice on any of my previous episodes, that I swapped out my Joy-Cons with a snazzy translucent orange replacement shells from them. So I ordered a regular replacement dock from them through Amazon, and even though it was shipped from Basetop, they're just probably a supplier for this company, Myriann. But even though the product itself is still pretty good, and it does come with a lot of the tools and the extra screws that you would need to actually complete the process of moving this kind of clunky dock, useful and working, but still a pain to travel with, to something like this one, which is a lot more portable. And I did throw a little bit of a Mario sticker there, but portable and performs exactly the same way, because essentially they're the exact same dock in a different little shell. So even though it looks a little bit intimidating, and just the thought of opening up your Nintendo Switch dock, dissecting it, and transporting the guts of the dock to another replacement shell, all in all, it wasn't that difficult to do. When it came to the dock replacement itself, I was surprised to find out that a lot of the screws were pretty much identical to each other. So even though there are quite a bit of screws that you'll be removing, all in all, the bottom left, right side, underneath screw is pretty much the same as the top left, or the middle to the right of the same screw. So even though it may look confusing, a lot of the screws are identical, so they could be interchangeable. And since the Myriann dock comes with its own set of screws, so at least you'll always have a bit of some spares to work with as well too. So armed with my trusty toolkit, I was able to quite easily remove all the screws, thread the cable out. And even though I looked online to find some decent instructions, the official instructions I was having trouble even locating. So I found a few online, of course, through YouTube, that were pretty helpful. It was a very straightforward process. On this particular dock, you'll notice that the green LED that normally lights up when you plug it into the official Nintendo dock, there isn't a spot for the same green light, or the green LED, on the Myriann dock. The same videos I found on YouTube that was helpful for me offered a pretty cool alternative to allow the green light to still stay there, but just to kind of hide it on one of the rear vents of the replacement Myriann dock. And so I was still able to keep that part of the original dock on there. And so you may find the same solution as well. Overall, the build quality of the Myriann dock, or the base top style dock itself, is pretty good. The ports themselves are easily accessible. There's not a whole lot of heat that dissipates, or at least a lot of sounds that come out from the rear vents of the dock. And it fits just fine when I insert the Nintendo Switch console with with any kind of screen cover, or the tempered glass screen cover. So it has just enough width to hold it, just in case. Okay, so all in all, if you're in the mood to open up your Nintendo Switch dock, or you're very interested in getting a portable dock without the dangers of the third-party docks, I really do like the Myriann dock that I purchased from Amazon. I did test this for as long as I could, made sure it wasn't causing any issues, but in reality, it's the same hardware, the same guts as the Nintendo Switch dock itself. So I'm fairly confident that I won't have any issues, even though I opened them up. And so for this one, the Myriann dock, I would have to say this one is a keep it, especially if you're planning to use a portable dock in the future. All right, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this episode of the Return Policy. If you thought this was in any way informative and definitely piqued your interest on investing it in a portable Nintendo Switch dock, go ahead and hit that like button. Or hey, maybe it wasn't that informative and you already have a working portable dock, go ahead and hit that dislike button. That's cool too. Other than that, I still plan on making a few of these in the semi-long run. If you would be so kind to hit that subscribe button as well, that would be greatly appreciated. Other than that, thanks again for watching this episode of the Return Policy, and I'll see you next time.